Hi, welcome back to Talk of the Town. Steve Wilmot, president of the RBC Heritage, presented by Boeing, stops by the show today to recap the amazing 50th anniversary and some of the planning started for next year's annual tournament. Steve, amazing is all I can say. The 50th was obviously a huge success, so talk a little bit about it.
Well, it seems like it was so long ago. Thank you, but it was just a month ago.
Yeah.
And we continue to go through recap and debrief meetings right now, and
sure.
We have a long-range planning meeting next week for a couple days to talk about the takeaways from this year's event, the good, the bad, the indifferent,
sure.
and then and pre-plan, and not to just talk about tomorrow but the future. But it was a great week.
Yeah.
Very interesting week. A lot of planning went into it for the 50th, and it wasn't just a year ago, but about 4 years ago that we started the planning process.
So it seemed like the crowds were larger than normal. Did you see record attendance?
Yes, yeah, and,
okay.
and it's one of those things that we did. We had record sales, both from a sponsorship side and a ticket sales side, which I commend the efforts of the staff and their hard work, but certainly the buzz and the support from the community and around the 50th.
Sure.
But with that too, you look at the week. It was a very interesting week too, in the fact that early in the week the weather was very difficult, and we canceled opening ceremonies.
Right.
And the back end, we had tough weather, and we canceled closing ceremonies. But the 5 days in between was and we actually had a lot of people that used some of their any-day tickets for the weekends or early in the week for those days in the middle. So
nice.
we had great crowds, and we've learned from it, and we appreciate the support that we've gotten from the community and the state and all our supporters.
So what are you guys all doing now? Are you taking vacations?
No, it's funny you say that, because for years I've had my parents that go, okay, it's June, son, what are you going to do for the next 6 months? But prior to this past tournament, our 50th, we were entertaining clients for
sure.
future. The sales team has continued to look at long-range or long-term agreements so that we can focus on new business. With the sales and tickets does come additional expenses that we incur too, with additional security and transportation and things too. So we look at all these, but why it's fresh on our mind, we've had a month worth of meetings.
Yeah.
Once we get through this retreat with our goal set, we can really hit the street and start into selling, and maybe take a little time later in the summer and things. But it's 53 weeks out of the year. It's a 13 months out of the year effort, and yes, we're working on 2019 right now, but we're also looking not just about tomorrow, but our future too, and seeing how we can get better to
right.
to be better. So.
And probably the most important thing that comes out of this is obviously the Heritage Classic Foundation has more than 90 charity partners that it gives back to or matches funds. And so how do nonprofits become involved in that?
Well, we have many different programs, from our Tartan Club that supports our scholars, to our Champions for Charity, which supports those 90 causes or so. But there's a Birdies program as well. There's a lot more than people think about, and there's even our license plate programs. But it's the least expensive way, really, from someone to support us, in the fact that yes, it's a specialty license plate, but it is special to the Heritage Classic Foundation and the golf tournament and the PGA sure. Tour. That it's a commitment over the course of 2 years, and it's renewed. But that's a program in itself. So
yeah.
It's just really looking at our website, reaching out to the Heritage Classic Foundation, and look and see what works, and
yeah.
Help us help you. If we continue to be successful, we'll be able to continue to give back and do things too. And it is a partnership. It's not about myself and the foundation. It's about community, and we're blessed to have this event in this community. We're fortunate to be one of 42 events in the entire country that has a PGA Tour event, but we want to continue to work together, be partners, and figure out ways to showcase this wonderful community for hopefully many, many years to come.
And quickly, one last question. How long do you think that plaid's going to stay on the lighthouse? Because we just love it.
Yeah, it was. So do we. It was an interesting process because it is unique. It was special. It was, how it came up, and we had some approvals and all too. And the plan was, we unveiled it on February 18th, which is a 50-day countdown, and we were going to keep it up through the week, really the last week of April. But Sea Pines, Steve Birdwell came to us shortly after it was up going, geez, so how long could this stay up and what could we do? But the plan is to keep it up through the summer, and which we think is really neat from our side, and certainly from the Heritage Classic Foundation, our partners. Cheers to 50 years, still in RBC. And whether it stays starting or not, that's another story, but what's there now is going to stay up through the summertime.
Thank you, Steve. Thanks for joining us today.
Thank you.
And we'll be right back with Talk of the Town.